Welcome to the course of mobile application development. In today's class, we are going to new topic, which is an introduction of SQLite. So what is this SQLite? So generally, this SQLite is derived from the SQL, where we call it as structured query language. Now, this particular SQLite is a lighter version of the SQL database, where SQLite is an well-regarded relational database management system, and it has various factors or the key points which covers one by one. So let's see what are all these key points. First one, it is an open source. The second one is it is standards, maintain the standards, or it is a standard compliant. And the third one, it is light in weight. And the fourth one is it is single tier. Now, what are all these four key factors? So coming to the open source, so the source code of the SQLite is freely available to anyone in order to use, modify, or distribute it. Okay, so it is very much easily available in the internet, and you can make use of it as an database for various applications. Now, coming to the second one, standard compliant. So SQLite follows most of the SQL 92 standard, so which is nothing but an industry standard for relational database. So it is easy for the developers who are familiar with the SQL to use SQLite without any learning new syntax. Now, coming to the third key factor, it is a light in weight or the lightweight. So this particular SQLite database is very, very small. So it is, as it is light in weight or very small, it is perfectly suitable or designed for the embedded systems, mobile apps, IoT devices, and desktop applications. Now, coming to the fourth factor, single tier. So as we generally come across server or client-based systems, so like that, we don't require any kind of separate servers for the process to run this particular SQLite. So it directly reads and writes the data from the database or the file which is stored on the disk itself. So it's a single tier, does not require any server, or you can call it as serverless. It is less light in weight. That means it consumes very, very less memory for its storage. And that's why it is very much famous for small size devices or small held devices. And it follows a particular standards like industry standards like SQL 92. And it is most of the main thing is it is freely available and it is open source. Now, so based on all these, there are lots of benefits with respect to the using SQLite, the database to the Android operating system. So it has been implemented as a compact C library that includes part of an Android software stack. So that is one of the main advantage. And the next one is it reduces external dependencies, it minimizes the latencies, and it also simplifies the transaction locking as well as synchronization. So all these operations will be very much easily done if at all we are going for an SQLite database in an Android operating system. And this particular SQLite is very much famous and widely used as a database system for most of the consumer electronic devices like MP3 players, smartphones, and many more, etc. So let's see the arrangement of how the data is stored in an SQL database. So if you see over here, so there is an structured way of storing the data. If you see, we all know the format of Microsoft Excel, right? In the same way, the data also will be stored in the form of a structured, which is nothing but called as in rows and columns. If you see some example content over here, this is a data which is given to an SQLite database, which is stored in a structured way or in a rows and columns pattern, where the first one comes the ID, the second one comes the course name, the third one comes the course duration, fourth one is the course track, and the fifth one is the course description. So this is the first column of our SQLite database, which is of ID. And the second one comes, the column will be having the name as the course name. And the third column is the course duration, fourth is our course track, and the fifth is the course description, which will be very much easy to understand, and all the data is entered in such a way that. So this is the basic and a clear-cut introduction to our SQLite database system, which can be very much supported for this particular Android operating system used in mobile phones. Thank you.